You're faster than the others. But not stronger. I'm strong enough to kill you.
It's crazy.
I love my job.
I'm excited about it. It's pretty awesome.
It's like a Twilight family.
Yeah.
You know?
I nicknamed it Vampire Camp.
I'm not ending your life here.
I'm dying already.
It's quite a... I thought we were doing a little cult movie. No.
And then no one knew. No one knew. Not even the producers knew when we were doing it. No one was saying, like, this is going to be the biggest movie of the year, blah, blah, blah.
It's all just so overwhelming right now. I mean, it's just so overwhelming. I can't even really describe it.
It's very frightening as well, though. I mean, when something's so hyped, it's just like, when I didn't realize it was going to be so hyped, it is scary.
How old are you?
17.
How long have you been 17?
A while.
We were still shooting and it was like rated amongst the top anticipated films on IMDb. It's truly a phenomenon.
Well, the phenomenon with Twilight has been really interesting for me to process because it wasn't something I expected at all.
I really just felt compelled by the story and the character. I felt a responsibility to her.
Images are flooding.
It's adding a whole new aspect. It's adding actual human life to it.
It's really interesting to me, this story, because where other movies and other books have glorified vampires and made them out to be monsters, this movie and this story tends to show the human nature in them.
Safe! Hold on tight, Spider Monkey.
He's showed us the sort of basics of what a vampire can do, and now it's like you can also have fun with the powers.
I have always loved superheroes. I've always thought that was so cool, and I know that that's, you know, kind of a guy thing to get into the comic books and the superheroes, and so hopefully they'll enjoy that aspect of the movie.
This isn't just another vampire story, that there's maybe something more there.
I've always had a dream to play a vampire within my acting career, and really, you always see all those movies with the vampires, you know, they get the scary things that come out and they're all about sucking blood. And the way that Stephanie really has written these books, in a way, it's not a vampire story, it's a love story between vampires and humans.
I'm not scared of you.
You really shouldn't have said that.
Everyone loves, you know, the love story. Girls and guys, even though guys don't want to admit it, a good love story everyone likes.
And the fact that it's set in the world of vampires, guys actually, you know, get into this too. Something cool about having that super strength and super speed. It's not just a story for women.
It's beautiful.
He's got unparalleled senses, absolutely lethal.
I'll do whatever it takes to make you safe again.
Creating your own mythology is tons of fun, and I highly recommend it, because you just get to play with the rules and do whatever you want and construct something that is just your playground.
Because the books are written from Bella's point of view, Stephanie just did such a great job of getting inside the mind of, you know, exactly what it is to be that age, but also exactly what it is to be in love and that passionate about something. So you just feel like, and I can see these guys nodding, like, so see, good storytelling is good storytelling. On the surface, this is a movie about a girl who's totally obsessed with the hottest vampire in the world, but that is so not the story. I mean, it's really much less shallow and vain than that.
Just the experience of being a part of something that, I don't know, it's just that you know is different and you know is special. Having those memories is kind of something you can take with you forever.
She's wrong, Edward. She's not one of us.
We've seen vampires like in London, back alleys and streets, but we've never seen them in the Olympic rainforest.
Here we go, shooting now, and
turn away. Twilight is a story of a young girl that moves to a different town, a small town in Forks, Washington.
And the story starts, it becomes interesting when she meets this character, Edward Cullen.
Edward is the reluctant vampire who falls in love with Bella Swan. He was turned into a vampire by Carlisle, who he's now kind of adopted as his father figure.
Carlisle's kind of put together this coven of vampires.
I think the Cullens are an unusual group of vampires in that they are a family.
And they're kind of all living in this small town of Forks, trying to live a human lifestyle. He kind of doesn't live the normal vampire way.
The Cullens are slightly more evolved. They've learned how to become, they learned how to sustain themselves off of animals, which pretty much makes them vegetarians.
They're soulful. They're a different breed of vampires.
You're impossibly fast and strong. You gotta give me some answers.
I'd rather hear your theories.
I have considered radioactive spiders and kryptonite.
It's all superhero stuff, right? What if I'm not the hero? What if I'm the bad guy?
And I guess when Bella arrives and he can have a connection with the living world again, which is basically one of his only options, is either die or connect with the living world, and Bella allows him to do that, and he can see and feel again through her.
Well, Bella and Edward's relationship was always defined by the fact that he is a vampire and she's not. And so I knew how breakable she looked to him.
He looks like he wants to kill me. But what I think is interesting is that she likes it. I know what you are. Your skin is pale white and ice cold. You don't go out into the sunlight.
Say it out loud. Say it.
Vampire.
Are you afraid?
No.
She's the stronger counterpart to this like little pairing. He's afraid and totally conflicted and like tripping out, and she's totally naive yet willing to trust herself.
She is like a soap bubble to him. He knows that one wrong twitch of his finger and he can kill her so easily.
The two of them definitely would die for one another.
This isn't real. This kind of stuff just doesn't exist.
Does in my world.
Well, dictated by Carlisle, Carlisle still thinks that even if you're turned to a vampire, you still essentially have a soul, which is against the general myth of what a vampire is supposed to do. And so you can still have some kind of enlightened existence, and you don't have to go around killing everyone.
I just want to try one thing.
How long I've waited for you.
What is going on?
Security guard at the mill got killed by some kind of animal.
An animal.
My family, we're different from others of our kind. I'm not the most dangerous thing out there.
There's this love story about, you know, an immortal vampire falling in love with a mortal human, which is something that you cannot do.
You brought a snack. James fits into the story of Twilight because he is a tracker. And he basically hunts humans with his two cohorts.
Victoria is one of 3 nomadic vampires who you meet in your journey, and keep away.
To me, to James, it's the ultimate betrayal where you know it's doomed from the beginning. So why would we ever do that?
And it's not easy for a vampire.
Not if you're a human.
With a human.
Yeah.
Like, that's actually the most difficult thing.
Yeah. Not if you're that vampire's particular brand of heroin, I think, is the line he says
It's
to
like
her.
staring at a Snickers bar when you're trying to die.
What, nobody's coming after me?
The hunt is his obsession. He's never gonna stop.
I'd rather die than to stay away from you. There's no question, it's like a physiological draw. I mean, there's like... there's something about their makeup that they can't not have one another.
They both know that this is the thing, and that's the completely unshatterable fact that they both have to be with each other.
It's like the Romeo and Juliet of the human vampire world.
You're faster than the others, but not stronger. I'm strong enough to kill you.
In this world, like the title, like the catchphrase, is that what it's the tagline? When you can live forever, what do you live for? And for Edward, it's Bella. You know, when you believe that, you just root for them the whole time.
There's all these things about this movie that makes it so relatable to
and it's present
love.
day, too.
Yeah, and it has this modern take on all vampires.
That's what I love most about it is the romance, but one of them is a vampire, so it does make it intense, and it's hard. Their relationship is very different than a regular romance, obviously.
You are my life now.